You ever wonder what has happened to this world? I got up this morning trying to get the Jeep, everything ready, you know, things I used to do myself that I can't do now because I don't have a garage or don't have the jacks or don't have what I need, you know, doing the RV life. But I'm like, I'm gonna get the tires rotated, just get them all checked, make sure there's no screws or nails or anything I've picked up in my travels lately, so that this thing's ready to go to Alaska. And I go to the tire store this morning, and you know, for the longest time I remember tire stores open at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I go to this one at 7 just to see, and they don't open until 7:30. So I'm like, well, that's cool. At least they, you know, they're not as bad as I figured they'd be. It's not a 9 to 5 job. And I pull up there and I wait for almost 30 minutes so that I'm the first one in the line. And I finally, after that, I get in there, I get to the guy, and the guy is just miserable. I mean, this is all I deal with anymore is miserable people. Hates his life, hates his job. But I'm like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's just not awake yet. And I'm like, hey, I just need to get my tires balanced. You know, it's not that big a deal. And I mean, if there is something in one of the tires, I'd like to get it repaired too. First thing out of his mouth, it's $55. Was I worried about the price? I didn't, you know, I'm here to get this thing done. If I was worried about the price, I'd be at home doing it myself. Okay? Well, it's going to be 2 to 3 hours. I said 2 to 3 hours to get my tires rotated? I mean, it used to be $20 and you could, you know, get it done, you get your oil changed and stuff. But I'm thinking, 2 to 3 hours, guy? I've been sitting out here for 30 minutes waiting. So I'm assuming I'm the first person in line, right? Well, yeah, we just don't have time to do that right away. You don't have a designated bay for those, you know, tire repairs, last minute, you know, those type of things. I mean, I was in the motorcycle business for 36 years. Before that, I was in the car business. We always had a designated bay for the walk-ins and the stuff like that. And, you know, if you're walking in and 3 people walked in before you, you know you got to wait an hour or so. But no, we don't do that here. And I'm going, well, what's wrong with this world? I mean, come on, guy. I just need to get my tires balanced, and you know, it's not that big a deal, right? I bought tires from you guys, spent a lot of money here. Well, sir, you're just gonna have to leave it with us then. And I'm like, I don't have time to leave with it. You see me sitting out there for 30 minutes waiting for you, where you sit in here and drink your coffee, you know. Folks, I just don't understand what's going on in the world anymore. I had a business, and you know what? Our normal hours were 8 to 6, 8 to 8, a couple nights a week. But you know, I got there at 5:30 in the morning, so I had everything laid out. So I was ready to rock and roll. So and if I got everything done, then my door might be open at 7 in the morning, and I'm already taking care of people if they show up. Because, you know, why have them all pile on you at 8 o'clock in the morning, just standing out there, and you got to deal with that. That's stressful, in my opinion. If you're there early, if you're one of those people, like I was the boss, I'm going to be there. I don't expect my employees that are being on salary or being paid to be there early, but I'm there, and I get things done. Well, what has happened to this mentality of people that, oh God, I'm going to go there, I'm going to put in that short little time, they're only going to get what they get in that time, instead of having any, I don't know, self-esteem, any, I don't know, be a little bit better than you actually are type mentality. I just don't understand what's happened to this world. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But finally I tell the guy, you know what, just forget it. I'll find somebody else. Now, I knew a place that I was going to all the time last year and stuff when I needed repairs or when I'd send the kids, because they were just a little guy's shop. Couple Mexican guys, just awesome people, hard workers, just do a great job. But they're a long ways from where I was at, and I'm like, I'm not going to drive over there. So I go to the place across the thing, and I walk in the guy's door, and the guy's like, hey, we don't open till 8 o'clock. And I'm going, okay, well, your door's unlocked. I just assumed. Oh, well, that's fine. What did you need? I said, I just need my tires rotated. I mean, they're all standing in there bullshitting. You know, it's like, I guess it's another 20 minutes before the shop opens up. They're all standing in there bullshitting, but nothing, you're not doing anything. You know, and I go, I just need my tires rotated, you know. Well, can you leave the vehicle? I look at him going, what, seriously? First of all, if that was my shop and my guys are standing around doing nothing, I'd say, you know, it's $40. Bob over here will do it. And then I'd say, Bob, you want to make that 40 bucks, go do it, and let him make it even though we're not open yet, to help the customer out, help my employee out that's only getting paid hourly and wants to use the extra money for lunch during the week, you know, in case his wife doesn't give him lunch money. But there's so many possibilities that people can do that they just choose not to do anymore. It's just sad. If it's this bad now, and it's gotten this bad in the last 5 or 6 years, what's it going to be 20 years from now? I mean, come on, people. Do you feel the same way that I do? I hate to be this guy on YouTube bitching all the time, but I'm telling you, this world is just, it just went to shit completely. People just don't have any ambition. I don't know what that is that I'm looking for, but just go get her, get it done, be nice, help the people. You know, if you don't like helping people, then you better get into a different line of work, because you're there. I don't care. That's the type of work you're doing. You know, make a change. So I tell the guy, I said, I guess no one can help me today. No, I'm sorry, if you leave it here, we can get to it in a couple hours. For, you know, what am I supposed to do? Get a, you know, an Uber to give me a ride home for 60 bucks and then come back for another 60 bucks later on, and, you know, it just cost me $200 to get my tires rotated. You know, I could have went to down the road and bought a jack at a auto parts store and jacked my car up right there and did it right there in their parking lot. And I was thinking about that, folks. I really was. But anyways, I'm like, you know what? I'll just go to the guys that I used to go to all the time. Hopefully they're still in business. I haven't been there in a year. We'll check it out. And I pull up there. And of course, they open at 8. I'm there. I make it to that place 5 minutes before they open up. But he's pulling up, walking in the door, and he's like, hey, guy. I go, hey, I ain't seen you in a while. He goes, I ain't seen you in a while either. Where you been? He goes, I'm running a little late this morning. I just didn't want to get out of bed. I'm like, can you give me like 5 minutes to get everything opened up? I'm like, no problem. And of course, you know, it takes him 5 minutes. He goes in, gets all his clothes, work clothes on, gets the doors opened up. The other guy shows up to get the floors all swept. They're all ready to rock and roll, you know, and they get me right in. I bullshit with him up front while the guy's doing my tires in the back. You know, he does it, checks for all my nails, checks for leaks, did everything. 40 bucks, you know. I spent more time bullshitting with the guy than they actually did working on the vehicle. But it's like, you know, it's just a little shop, you know. It's just, they're getting so far and few between, folks. I mean, is this what, you know, is this the end of the ma and pa and the little shops that actually get shit done, you know, and instead of these big stores owned by a bunch of people and have a bunch of people working there that don't want to work there? And, you know, it's just sad. It's just sad. It's just, but that was my morning, just to get my tires rotated. You know, something I used to do myself and just never even thought it was that big a deal. So, you know, this is just another thing when you're thinking about getting into the RV world, folks, and you're giving up that garage so you can't protect yourself from the hailstorms and the bad weather, and your house is shaking all the time when you have a bad year like we did this year. This is RV living at its finest. These are the things that you don't think about. It's the things they don't talk about. You know, the whole time I spent 6 months at least on YouTube watching everybody's channels thinking that this is what I wanted to do. I mean, all they showed me was the fun part about it, or I missed it. You know, maybe I just missed it. But I'm hoping if you come across our videos and you're watching this channel, you realize that these are the things you got to deal with, and it's a pain in the ass. It's a real pain in the ass. And, you know, I don't know. That's my bitch session for the morning. But on a good note, I got the vehicle all done. It's all clean, detailed, scrubbed end to end, got all my tools, got all my roadside stuff in here, got all extra jackets and shoes and hiking boots and all that stuff's in here. So we are getting ready to go to Alaska. So I'm hoping that trip is amazing. I hope I get lots of cool footage and we get to see a lot of cool animals and we get some decent weather. I'm not sure what the weather's gonna be like, but I hope you folks get to follow us and ride along with us on this trip, and you leave comments, and I hope these videos that we put out help you. I really do. They do help me, because by talking on this camera, I feel like I'm in the moment more, if that makes any sense. I know when me and Robin done all this stuff in the past, I remember being there and looking at the pictures later, and so that was a great moment and everything. But now, for some reason, when me and her are in it, and we're talking about it more, and we're laying the plan out, and then I put it on video and stuff, and then when I sit back that night and think about it, it's heavier in my head. how can I explain it? I'm there, I'm more there for it. So if you're thinking about getting into YouTube, it will be a little bit of work in the beginning, but it'll come natural as you get going. But I think you'll enjoy your moments more. I think, at least that's what I've noticed. I've noticed that we're in the moment more just by taking the time to put it on this camera. So I guess that's all I got to say, folks. Remember, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. It's just a bitch session, so probably not that many thumbs, but you know, what's wrong with our world today? That's what I'm going to call this one. But give us a thumbs up if you like the video. If you like what I'm doing on the channel, you like what Robin's doing on the channel, all her grandkids and all the shorts they put out there that are just funnier than shit sometimes, you know, subscribe to the channel. And share this stuff with your friends so we can get it out there more, because YouTube just doesn't get it out there. I pick up most of my subscribers off from Facebook and other places, and I pick them up from the shorts. Believe it or not, the shorts give us more subscribers than any of these full-length videos do. But maybe in time that'll get better. But I thank everybody out there that's already subscribed to the channel, and if you come across this, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.